Alan Watts is perhaps one of the best philosophers for modern life. And I know he didn't consider himself a philosopher, but I think anyone that expands your consciousness, anyone that makes you think differently, anyone that can improve your life through thought is a philosopher to me. And he's one of my favorite because he is seamlessly able to incorporate Eastern and Western ideas and use them for the betterment of the soul, use them for the betterment of the individual. And the book I have for you today is The Way of Zen. To summarize this book very quickly, eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired. That is exactly what Zen means, and the book focuses firstly on a history of Zen, what it is, how it originated, and the story behind Zen is it's a synthesis of Buddhism and Taoism. And Buddhism and Taoism are already very, very similar, but there's a few key differences that I think Zen combines pretty good for the sake of the individual, for the sake of progress, for the sake of your own journey. And I think these two juxtaposition of philosophies in their combination bring something beautiful to the world, and that is the freeness of Taoism and the structure of Buddhism. And I know you think of Buddhism, you don't think of structure, but think of the monasteries, think of the ascetics, think of people that starve themselves, think of people that do things to basically torture themselves. Whereas the Taoists believe that any suffering, anything you do that you don't like is against the way, is against the Tao. And I think these two ideas are perfectly combined in the Zen philosophy. When you see a Zen teacher, he allows the monks to leave, to come and go whenever they want. There's no such thing as set practices. There's just these poems that will teach you through irony and teach you through jokes about what it means to be an individual. And there's a central idea in Zen that I think is very important. And I think this is something that we must embrace more and more, especially today, because it seems like people are falling for isms, people are falling for set belief systems, people are falling for doctrines at the expense of the individual. And the belief is, if you see Buddha on the road, kill him. And that's the idea that there is no idol, there is nothing to look forward to, there is nothing that you should worship. You should worship yourself, you should worship your individuality, you should find out what it means to be you and live that way. Don't look to anyone else for guidance, look to yourself for guidance, because when you listen to your internal compass, when you listen to what it is that you actually want to do, that's how you give all you can to the world. If you can't be all that you can be for yourself, then you can't be all you can be for the world. The only way you can make the world a better place is if you become as good as you can be, as healed as you can be, as healthy as you can be, so that you can give back this love and happiness and affection to others. And this is really what Alan Watts gets throughout the book. This is really what he shows you. And it's very interesting because when you read something like the Tao Te Ching, when you read something like the works of Buddhism, it's very, very difficult. And it's very, very difficult, especially for someone that was raised in the Western world. Like, you've been taught your entire life, myself as well, and this was something I struggled with originally. There's an answer. There's always an answer. There's always a right solution. There's always something to look forward to. There's always some set belief. But the truth is, that's not how the world works. There's no such thing as a perfect solution. Thomas Sowell said there's no such thing as solutions, there's only trade-offs. And it's like this for philosophy, it's like this for life, it's like this for everything. And when we begin to listen to this, when we begin to understand this, then we can find what it really means to be us. The answer is not something you can understand, it's something you can feel. We all know what happiness is, not through our description, but through our experience. Think of the times you were most happy in the world. It's probably not something that was a grand achievement. It's probably not when you graduated college, or you graduated grad school, or you got a job, or you got this, or you got that. You might have felt a little bit of happiness, but that happiness didn't feel as deep as when you're with somebody you love, as when you're with family, as when you're at Thanksgiving and everything else collapses. None of the circumstances of your life matter because you're so present and you're so there that everything else has faded to the background. And this is the path of Zen. This is what you're looking for when you find these Eastern practices, these Eastern meditations. And it's very interesting to break down your own thoughts, break down your own neuroses, break down the things that are taking you away from yourself and find out what it really is that you want out of life. And the moment you stop worrying about things is the moment everything stops becoming so important. And that's really what you'll find through Eastern philosophy, and especially through Alan Watts. And if you've never explored any Eastern philosophy, I think Alan Watts, The Way of Zen, that's a great place to start. And I think through this, you'll be able to open up yourself to more challenging works, more poetic works, more philosophical works that will really put you down the path of self-transformation, of self-actualization, of becoming who you really want to be. Because it is my firm belief that everyone deserves to be exactly who they see themselves to be in their dreams. Everyone deserves to be as successful and as happy as possible, and it's up to you to live up to that. Because if you want to be the best person in a relationship, if you want to be the best family member, if you want to be the best member of society, you have to be the best version of yourself. And what does it mean to be the best version of yourself? It doesn't mean to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. It doesn't mean to have the nicest car, be the best fighter. Like it doesn't mean anything that can be traced in this material world. It means to be authentic and honest with yourself and live every moment authentically. Live every moment without sacrificing with your values, without sacrificing your morals, without doing anything that would make you regret, that would make you in any way feel like you're not living up to your fullest. And when we can start embracing these ideas, when we can start learning about these ideas, then we can start living the life that we were always meant to. I love you guys so much. There's a squirrel or something behind me. It's scaring me. Thank you guys. I will catch you in the next one. I'll link this book in the description. Peace out.